This song is about this one time when I had this huge crush on this girl. I learned that she painted interiors for a living. And me, being a musician with no money, decided I would have her come look at my kitchen because it needed to be painted. I said, I'll make you dinner if you just come look at it. So it's kind of a little clue, you know. So I made this huge, beautiful dinner. Chilean sea bass. I can't remember what else. And so she shows up at the door, and I thought she'd be in, you know, painter's pants and looking at her, but she was dressed to the nines. I was like, So we had this beautiful dinner, and I was all excited because her being dressed to the nines meant, you know, maybe there was some interest, right? Hey, I'm trying to tell a story. What's this?
You thought you were having 11s?
Having a what?
11s.
What?
Like, you're dressed in the night, you're having 11s next morning.
I think I don't know that word. Breakfast. Well, let me tell you what happened before breakfast ever even entered my mind.
I'm sure.
So we had this beautiful dinner. And then I just thought, hey, let's go for a walk. You know, let's bring it one more step. And so I had this big, huge coat with a giant pocket that I fit a whole bottle of champagne right in the pocket. 2 glasses in the other pocket. And we went for this walk up the dirt road behind the house. And it started to, it was really nice and started to sprinkle rain. So we stood under an oak tree. I opened the bottle of champagne and we're drinking champagne under an oak tree after a nice dinner with a girl dressed to the nines in the woods, which was pretty cool. And it was one of those kind of oak trees that some of the branches touched the ground. So we walked up some of the branches and then we're sitting in the oak tree drinking champagne. And I thought, what a perfect day. It's sprinkling lightly. And then she decided to climb up a little bit higher in the tree, and I'm sitting on the low branch, and she went up to the high branch.
Like hard to
And
get?
I'm sitting there, yeah, hard to get, right? Climb for this one. And when I'm sitting there drinking my champagne, and out of the right-hand side of my far peripheral vision, I saw something going by really fast. And it wasn't the champagne, it was her. And well, I jumped off my branch and tried to save her, but she had landed on her foot, which was connected to her knee, and her knee hit her in the face. So she actually hurt her knee with her face, and her eye turned black, and she said she saw a big flash. So I put down the champagne glasses, and I was her crutches all the way home. When I got her back to the house, the windows were open. So she decides, you know, it's breezy now and rainy, and she decides to close one of the windows. And like out of a stupid movie, she closed her hand in the window. And she's stuck, and the window won't come up, and her hand's bleeding. She starts to cry. So I finally get the window up and pull her out of the sill, sit her on the table, pour her a glass of red wine, much like the one I'm drinking now, which she went to grab and spilled it all over. So she was, either she might have liked me a lot, or she was just a klutz, I don't know. But at that point she said, I'm going home. So, yeah, that was it. She went home, and I called her up. No, she called me the next day and said, you know, there's a couple of your things at my house, because I had known her a little bit before. And they're going to be in a paper bag outside my front door, and I'm going to work. Why don't you come get your stuff? So I go to her house, and she was at work, and there was a paper bag outside the front door with flowers wilted over the top of the corner of the paper bag that I had picked her the night before on our little hike. So that was the first time anyone returned flowers. And I was getting more and more depressed about the situation. There was a couple of my things that were at her house in the bag. In the bottom of the bag was a plastic lemon that I'd never seen before. So I took it as a sign it wasn't mine. What does this mean? So I took it home and made a cup of tea and sat at the table with my plastic lemon and wrote this song called Plastic Lemons.
Lemon tea.
I gave her free-range flowers. She gave me plastic lemons. I sang her song so beautiful. She gave me nothing doing. They say that girls like you don't just fall out of trees unless they please. Sometimes they do. Well, I landed hard. How are you? I hauled her bags upstairs. She took the elevator. I hoped she'd ask me in. She said, I'll see you later. And I know that girls like you don't ever have to lose unless they choose. Sometimes they do. Well, I'm so lost. Where are you?
You forgot the words, go on.
I made a special dinner. Thanks, that was a good reminder. In hopes that Grace would linger. She said the room was cold. My window crushed her finger. You say a fool like me could never get it right, but I just might. I hope I do. I'm just myself. Who are you? I gave her free-range flowers. She gave me plastic lemons.
Hey.
Plastic lemons.